This is the moment LeBron James was caught faking an injury last night. Initially, the way he's reacting, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I bet this is pretty serious the way he's covering his eyes. And then he goes and looks to see if the ref is watching him so he can lay it on thick. The ref's not watching, and all of a sudden, whoa, he's healed and he's ready to play again.
Because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at. 1 year, wasn't it you who literally circumvented meritocracy within the National Basketball Association and got the entire media world in the NBA and, of course, the Lakers organization to buy in on that? LeBron James did all of that.
It was late in the fourth quarter. The Nuggets were up by 6, and LeBron James hunched over after a routine box out like the game had punched the life out of him. Cameras caught the grimace, the exaggerated reach for an elbow, the slow shuffle off the court. Fans gasped. Commentators paused. The social feeds detonated with the same headline in less than 60 seconds. LeBron left the game with an elbow injury. Later, he would return, looking healed enough to check in, sub out when the clock tightened, then creep back to the bench and vanish into the tunnel as soon as the outcome tilted away from the Lakers. The whole thing read like a script we have seen before, and for millions of viewers, the repeat performance felt like one insult too many. The argument started right then and there. Did LeBron James fake another injury to chase a milestone, or to manufacture a narrative that kept attention on him and not on the scoreboard?
This is the moment LeBron James was caught faking an injury last night. This happened after a player was going in for a shot and his hand came down and hit his face. And initially, the way he's reacting, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I bet this is pretty serious the way he's covering his eyes. And then he goes and looks to see if the ref is watching him so he can lay it on thick. The ref's not watching, and all of a sudden, whoa, he's healed and he's ready to play again. I've always heard people say, oh, LeBron's a crybaby, and I've always doubted it, but I think this clip might just prove that there's a little bit of merit to that statement.
There is a pattern to how these moments unfold. A star collides with contact, often a routine bump in the casualty-stacked calendar of a long NBA season. He crumples, the broadcast zooms, the replay freezes, and fans are invited to feel a private panic. In this instance, the timing was combustible. LeBron had just hit another career landmark, a scoring flash in the third quarter that anyone would put in the highlight reel. Milestone achieved, lights flicker bright, cameras tilt toward the king, and suddenly, the pain performance begins. Critics pounced immediately. They replayed the clip frame by frame, pointing at the choreography of the fall, the timing of the production touch to the injured elbow, and the measured walk to the bench. To the skeptics, it looked like acting. To LeBron's defenders, it looked like an athlete in pain who later made the call to return because the fight in him demanded it. The truth is probably more complicated, and it sits under a pile of context that few people in the comment sections will bother to read.
Oh no, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you said it sounded like leverage, like press the button. That sounded
like leverage. I ain't say if he not hurt or hurt. I ain't getting it.
Let us look at the cold details first. Television footage shows LeBron clutching his right elbow after a contact that by every standard was modest. The official injury report labeled it an elbow contusion. He was evaluated, given standard protocol, and returned to the bench after receiving treatment. When the score shifted and the Lakers narrowed the gap, LeBron checked back into the game like any veteran leader would do when the moment required it. He logged a final stretch of minutes and then came out once the situation calmed. Later, he told reporters it felt sore and that it was a funny bone type sensation, something painful and weird, but something he could manage with treatment. That is the official line. The optics, however, told a different story to a large swath of fans who have been primed by the endless cycles of LeBron milestone theater. One reason the accusation of faking has traction is that LeBron has an undeniable history of playing the narrative. He is one of the savviest public figures in sports. He has curated milestones, tweeted celebrations, crafted images, and protected his brand with a precision that would make corporate marketers jealous. He also chases basketball milestones in ways that have drawn scrutiny before, from lingering in games to secure triple-doubles to orchestrated media moments celebrating statistical landmarks. fans who distrust the choreography of modern sports media are quick to treat any dramatic physical reaction near a milestone as performative.
Where he was reacting to this news of LeBron going to be missing the next 3 or 4 weeks, and Skip Bayless essentially accused LeBron of faking an injury because he's pouting at the Lakers, and he's basically showing them that he's not happy with them. For those of y'all who didn't hear what Skip had to say, he said a lot.
Another reason the skepticism sticks is that LeBron is 41, and he has conditioned generations of viewers to expect both brilliance and theatricality. When a player is both a generational talent and a living brand, every movement earns a second interpretation. If he collapses with pain, the first instinct of some viewers will not be empathy, it will be suspicious. Social media will search for a motive and then offer up one. If you want to believe the worst, you will find it in the sequence that fits your theory. In this case, the sequence that pushed the narrative into full swing was simple: milestone, injury, bench, return in the critical span, bench when the game slips away, exit without public handshakes. Fans who want to prove a point stitch the frames together into a single story of calculation. There are 2 essential pushes back against the accusation that LeBron faked anything. The first is medical reality. Old bodies do strange things. Nerves flare, joints lock, funny bones erupt into lightning pain on contact that looks trivial on a pro reel. An elbow contusion can feel like a hot knife through the arm in one instant and like an inconsequential bruise in the next. Treatment and cooldown can change a player's presentation immediately. The second pushback is the weight of evidence that LeBron has repeatedly played through pain. He has an entire canon of games where he carried teams on busted bodies, where he returned to the floor after surgery, and where he gutted out playoff minutes while younger players might have sat. Those memories cut against the idea that he is primarily a faker. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with a more nuanced truth that will never trend. This was a performance by an athlete and a team in a public production system that rewards narrative as much as it does wins. The modern NBA is an entertainment industry as much as it is a sport. Cameras, social feeds, and PR teams are part of the theater. Stars manage their images, sometimes intentionally and sometimes by instinct. The line between authenticity and showmanship blurs daily. When an athlete like LeBron walks off in pain at the precise moment the lights are hottest, the public will decide what side of that line they want to believe he is on. What makes this typically incendiary is not the injury itself, it is the smell of motive people attach to it. Critics will say LeBron wanted the milestone to be the headline, not a loss, and that faking or exaggerating pain is a shortcut to headline control. Defenders will say the man has earned the right to be treated as innocent until proven otherwise. The middle path is to admit both the power of the optics and the reality of human biology. You can accept that the scene looked staged to many viewers, while acknowledging that a real athlete can also be hurt in a way that resolves quickly. The bigger story that this moment exposes is not about one fake injury or one dramatic flinch. It is about the erosion of goodwill that happens when fandom becomes interrogation. LeBron has been the subject of a national conversation about GOAT status, aging, brand building, and legacy for 20 years. That conversation has sharpened the knives on both sides. Some have worship, others have contempt. When a moment arrives that can be read as either brave or calculated, the interpretation will say more about the interpreter than it will about the athlete. There is also a team responsibility that often goes missing in these narratives. The Lakers' medical staff, the coaching decisions, and the front office communications shape the story as much as LeBron's movements do. Clear, timely, and transparent statements from teams reduce speculation. In this episode, the Lakers offered a routine update. That is not glamorous. That is the exact thing that would have prevented the rumor from becoming a wildfire. When communications are thin or delayed, imagination fills the gap.